everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host, Eric. This week we are talking about being watched. So this week we have a question from, I'm going to guess this means different here. It's D-I-F-F-T-H-E-R-E. That's what I'm guessing. If it's not different here, then I'm sorry. But at any rate, they asked us, do you ever feel like you're being watched? Always being watched, especially when you're doing outdoor spells and rituals, whether it be by neighbors or others. And interestingly, when you do turn to see if anyone's looking, there's often someone there with a perplexed look, wondering if you're right in the head, simply because you wave your hand in a particular way or do some other noble meaning gesture. If so, how do y'all cope? Well, first of all, to answer the question shortly, I don't worry about what other people think of me. My neighbors on either side have heard goings on in my backyard. I do have a full fenced 6-foot privacy fence in the backyard, so unless they're looking over my fence, they're not going to see what's going on. And if they are looking over my fence, they can accept what they see as normal or acceptable or odd or anything else they want, because I don't particularly care what they think. That's what I do. However, in public ritual and things of that nature, I have had a little more experience in the public sector, so to speak. So one of the things that we have done is, if we are doing a ritual which we feel needs to not be interrupted, we will actually set someone outside of the ritual space to ask people to basically intercept onlookers that are becoming really interested, and ask them to be quiet and respectful and not interrupt what is going on inside ritual space. One of the things that we have done is attempted to get so far out of the inhabited areas of our area, outside of the city, into as far into the wilderness as we can, although lots of people in our state really like to camp, and they will also go as far out as they can to not be near people. So when that happens, we just try to steer clear of them, and more often than not, they try to steer clear of us. However, when somebody does come into our camp, especially if we're not in the middle of doing ritual, we treat them with as much respect and a semblance of honor as any stranger deserves. But if we're in the middle of ritual and all facing each other, and somebody feels the need to come in and be loud on their ATVs, or needs to ask questions loudly of what the hell are you guys doing out here, one of us, usually whomever is closest to that person at the time, will step out and explain to them what's going on, and kind of give them reference as to, well, really, this is your behavior is inappropriate, and if you're having a problem understanding what we are doing, it would be like us riding an ATV through the middle of your sacrament meeting at a Christian church, and they usually go, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was like that. Well, it's understandable, but if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to our ritual. And usually that's the last of it. If we're in a public setting like a park, oftentimes we will set somebody outside to explain what's going on. Someone who has either volunteered themselves, or someone who has been elected by the group, to kind of sit aside and not participate in ritual, as opposed to, directly. And instead of directly participating in the ritual, they will go out and just kind of wander outside the space that we've set for ourselves and explain to people what's going on when they come wandering over in wonder. So those are a couple of the things that I've personally done and had done during public ritual. When I'm doing my private ritual in my backyard, I'm not terribly quiet about it because I am very boisterous when I talk to the gods. And I do have a Christian church right across the fence from me, so occasionally I'll get people trying to peek through the slats, but honestly, it really doesn't matter to me what they think of me or my practice, because I'm in my home and I feel that that's an entirely safe and appropriate place for me to practice and worship. Anyhow, these are my opinions and views on the subject. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post them in the comment section below. We definitely like to know that you guys are watching these videos, so hit that like button. Thanks for watching, everybody, and of course, until next time, Odin be with you.